What's up everyone? I have an Okapi build for you today. It's actually 5 of a kind Okapi and I was made aware by Collie Wally, whose video I will credit in the description, that it actually works extremely well with the Hippocampus and you can very rapidly get lots of stats. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you do, I really hope that you subscribe. This is one of those builds that from the beginning of the game you are actually thinking about the 5 of a kind already, because the Okapi is a tier 3 pet, so you can level into it even right now, which we are going to try to do. We fail sadly, but at least we find a Weasel, which is a lot of gold. Gold is going to be quite important for this run, because if you don't know the Okapi's ability, it gains some temporary stats every time you roll, up to a maximum of 5 times. So if you have gold to spare after rolling those 5 times, it's actually super good for you. For that same reason we're picking up a Lucky Cat, and thankfully we even find an Ogo Pogo, so now we can level up the Lucky Cat in battle and gain 1 extra gold that way. And from the beginning of the next turn we're going to be able to find some Okapis in the shop. We are hopefully also going to get a level up, which will result in a Hippocampus. Hippocampus is tier 4, so we are quite likely to find it even on this turn, as we on the very first roll actually do find an Okapi. Another benefit of the pet is that it can actually carry you in the mid game, because you're just rolling for the stuff you want to see. But we don't even need to rely on the temporary stats, because the Hippocampus comes right after and we're going to start scaling up some attack. So yeah, this is basically the premise of the run. Every time you roll you get some temporary stats, and because you're gaining some HP with these stats, the Hippocampus is also going to give you some attack. So yeah, that's a super powerful combo as we beat Grounded Sap right here. And yeah, we're going to very quickly get to 50 attack, believe it or not. So we even have stuff like lollipops in the pack as we level up into yet another Hippocampus. The run wasn't super lucky, but at least we did manage to get double Hippocampus relatively early on. But honestly, I think it would have been better if we just found a bunch of Okapis earlier on, and now we can start looking for an Hippocampus from turn 7. Whatever the case though, I'm not going to complain as we get yet another victory right here. But yeah, we really want to find as many Okapis as soon as possible, so we can start utilizing the stats of the Hippocampus. We actually get it up to level 2 right here before finding our second Okapi. Our Okapi already has almost 20 attack, and I believe it will go over 20 by the end of the turn as we find another one. And you will very quickly see why the lollipop is so important to this run, because a 22 attack unit, the attack I think is a little bit excessive, so we're going to transfer it to be some HP instead. Probably on this turn, or maybe even the next turn, it depends. Maybe we are going to greet for some other Okapi in the shop, so we can start scaling multiple of them at the same time. But yeah, you can see I have finally had enough. We're just going to transfer the HP, and now we're going to be scaling up the attack once again, and we have a 12 HP 30 attack Okapi, and then another 19 attack 10 HP Okapi in third position. So super decent stats when it comes to turn 8 anyway. And we can even potentially hope to get a 50-50 relatively early on, maybe like by turn 13, turn 14, depending on how greedy we play it. Here I even pass up a cow because I don't want to remove the lollipop in my shop, it's just that important, as we pass up yet another one. But here finally we are starting to scale up triple Okapis at the same time, and this is basically the dream build. This is what you want to do every single turn. You roll 5 times, you can even use the chocolate to reset the triggers on the Okapis, which we are going to do right now. We level into a Yeti as well, which is going to roll 3 times for us, so we're going to pick it up and roll 1 time manually. And yeah, you can see we're getting massive stats. We have another lollipop frozen just for the attack swap once again. Sadly, the Yeti does not freeze yet another lollipop for us, which would have been amazing, but I guess we have to manually roll into that as well. But yeah, I think now we're going to use one of the lollipops because the 5 HP isn't super appealing. Yeah, you can see I'm thinking about it. It's kind of a difficult decision to make because 5 attack is not super high. But the Hippocampus is going to give us 10 attack throughout the turn on a single Okapi. In total, it's giving us 40 attack throughout the turn, which is actually insane. This is basically just like a better seal, which pains me to say, but it is true. And here we go, we have 42 attack up at the front, one of our units has stats in the 30s, and even though some of it is temporary, most of it is not, and you can see how easily we win right here. Even if they had taken out our 13th position Okapi, we still had lots of attack in the back. Now we are on turn 11, we can start finding some decent equipment. I believe I have melon in this pack, but actually pepper is even better. You can see I'm considering it, but a part of me just wants to find the lollipop instead, because why would you want some protection when you can instead have lots of HP? But here I finally cave, I get the 5th Okapi for the 5 of a kind, but I do freeze a melon, which I think is a little bit of a misplay. I think pepper would have been way better because the 15 HP is not going to be enough in the late game to survive with a melon on. But here at least we take one of the melons onto the big units. We are continuing to scale up the attack. We get another melon on the big boys. The low HP guys want pepper and the big HP guys want melon. That's my reasoning behind putting the melon on the big guys. And here we go, we find another pepper. This time I think we will freeze it, yep, as we are closing in on the victory. I really would have liked to have seen some more lollipops, but unfortunately no luck on that department. Here we end up winning quite easily as well though, and here we are going to play out our final turn as we even find a lollipop. I think it might be a little bit too late for it because on this turn we're going to sell the Hippocampus, but I do take it anyway as I freeze yet another one in the shop. This time I think this one I will pass up, so here we go, we're going to unfreeze it perhaps. We can even keep it, I don't think it really makes that much of a difference, but we can just roll to exhaust the triggers of the Okapis and then we can put the final one into the team and call it a day. So here we go, I think there's one more trigger left before we exhaust them. I am taking a look to make sure, but here we go, they're finally exhausted. We can sell the Hippocampus, buy sell the Oyster, buy sell the Zebra and complete the 5 of a kind. It's a shame we couldn't get the pepper in, but if we lose we could potentially put it on next turn and still have a very high chance of winning. But yeah, this is going to be the run. I really hope you enjoyed it. It's stupidly overpowered in my opinion, and I'm surprised it's not played too much. So if you did enjoy, I hope that you like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.